Hello, welcome to the special Valentine's Day episode of Rants Without Pants, which you can watch on shophead.blogspot.com, bloggingblue.com, and dane101.com. My name is Adam Shapa. You may know me from the Madison, Milwaukee power pop band The Shabelles, or as the guy who was shortly in a band with our first guest. Because today is Valentine's Day, today we have one topic and one topic alone: gay marriage. I'll be ranting later on in the show, but first my interview with Victoria Echeverria, who you may know from roller derby,
Number 900 machete,
or from the Madison band Venus and Furs.
The death of disco is just a symptom of the tides of change.
She recently proposed to her fiancé, and we sat down to talk about marriage.
My dog was just spinning circles. I didn't know if you could hear it, but
No.
sorry. If it becomes a problem, we'll figure something out. But yeah.
Our dog shits on the floor. So
Oh yeah.
that's, you know. Oh.
I love it.
Awesome. So I guess the first question would be, how did you and Natalie meet?
Natalie and I met in roller derby, actually. So she's been filming roller derby professionally. She's a videographer full time, and she's been doing roller derby, I think, since 2007. I think that's how long she's been filming it. But so she and I met in roller derby. I knew of her, like I'd seen her around, but never like noticed or just never caught my eye. But then she started playing with this girl, Marlo. Marlo plays the drums and she plays bass guitar. They started playing this band together, and they were looking for a guitarist.
Right.
And that's how Venus and Furs, came to be. So that's how I really started to hang out with her. And the part where I actually fell for her, though, we were just hanging out at her apartment one time, and she put on a Black Sabbath record, which maybe that does things for you, but like for me, I was just like, oh my god, this girl is so cool. She's listening to Black Sabbath, you know. Anyways, it was just a moment. I can't really explain it, but it was just one of those magical moments where it just kind of occurred to me that we really get along. And
What do you love about Natalie?
she's very feisty, and she has a very fiery personality, and anything that she wants to do, she just goes out and does it. And I have the tendency to be sometimes scared to take risks, or and maybe you wouldn't think so, but it takes me a long time to like put myself out there. And with her, she's just like, yeah, I want the band to go on tour, let's do it, you know, or I want it to record an album, let's do it. So she's very just, whatever she wants to do, she goes out and does it. And that was really, I don't know, refreshing, and I really admired that about her. And she's really funny and silly and goofy, and we have a very compatible sense of humor. So the reason that I love her, the reason why I fell in love with her, is just that that's the part that you can't explain, right? Like,
How did you propose to her?
I proposed to her in Guatemala. So she went with me to Guatemala in February of this year, and the basic gist is that I forgot the ring in a pair of pants in Chicago at the airport. So, like in my car at the airport, like I forgot the ring. So that was unfortunate. And then at that point, like every day, I was just like, well, should I wait until I get back to Chicago, or should I just do it, or should I just do it? And like I was stressing about it for like a few days while we were in Guatemala, and I just finally decided like I should just ask her, and then I won't have to be all, you know, anxious and stressed out about it. So we went to this really cool restaurant in Antigua, Guatemala. It's a really nice, like, colonial style town, very beautiful town. It was just the right moment, yeah. And that's when I asked her.
That's great.
Yeah.
I guess the one thing I'd say is, you know, the one thing that made me want to interview you, besides just knowing you from, you know, a band we were in, as well as other stuff, when I was talking to you and Natalie about it at the Fireball, about you two being engaged, and then, you know, and then basically Natalie just stating, you know, hopefully it'll be legal soon or something like that, and that's when I got, you know, really upset with everyone that is trying to make you two not, you know, be committed or not be married, I should say, or to use that word. When people say they're against gay marriage, you know, I'm curious, as a gay person, what do you think of that person?
I mean, that's on a case-by-case basis, right? Like, I'm not going to say that everyone feels the way I do when coming across people who are ignorant. But I generally feel that people are ignorant and not mean-spirited necessarily. You know, like, they come from a different generation, or they just don't know any better, you know. And I usually just try to explain my side of things. You know, actually, like, I've never come like face to face with someone who's like, you shouldn't get married, like, to my face, and I don't actually know how I would respond to that. Yeah, I think that it is a generational thing, and this sounds awful, but as the population gets older and there's more young people voting, like, it's really only a matter of time. Like, that's the way the future is going. And generally, I try to make that clear to people and say, do you really want to be the last state on board? Like, in the annals of history, do you want to be the last state, like the one holdout, you know, that passed gay marriage last?
A video of Ron Johnson.
I'm a pretty traditional guy. I mean, for thousands of years, marriage has been between a man and a woman. And I just don't see any reason to change that. So, pretty simple position there. You know, I'm against discrimination in any form.
How would you respond to him saying, you know, there is no reason to change those laws, any laws?
So basically, I would say that there are gay couples that are already living their lives committed to each other. I mean, there's couples that have been together for 50, 60, 70 years, right? And they're trying to plan their lives similarly to, you know, heterosexual couples. They're trying to decide how to provide for each other. They're trying to figure out how to have children. And apparently that's really complicated. I'm just starting to find that out. But, you know, things like getting both parents on the birth certificate for their children, or just, I mean, just your very basic, like, life planning, you know, considerations that you need to make as a committed couple. And so it's very complicated. It's very unfair, actually, to same-sex couples as it currently is right now. So, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, the laws need to change, you know, like, because gay couples aren't going anywhere. You know, that's, regardless of what the laws are, they're still going to be living their lives together. And if you want to treat people fairly and equally, which I believe is in the spirit of, you know, the America, then, yeah, the laws have to change to make sure that everybody's on the same playing field. You're familiar with Our Lives magazine, right, in Madison?
Yes.
Like, more high-profile people are coming out, and the more people who are known, you know, like, or the more people that you know in your life who are gay or in a committed, you know, gay relationship, like, that hugely impacts people's opinions. And I would say another thing too, like, a lot of the issues around gay marriage I was not even aware of until I got engaged to Natalie. When it came time to, okay, figure this out, like domestic partnership, civil union, what if we get married in Iowa, you know, like all the options out there, I didn't really understand what it meant. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, like, I didn't understand that by having Natalie on my health insurance, I pay taxes on imputed income, whereas a married couple doesn't. The domestic partnership registry, that has been challenged, and right now Fair Wisconsin is defending it.
Okay.
So that law is it's not just that it's marriage between a man and a woman, but also prohibits anything equivalent to it. So it also prohibits civil unions and, anything that is equivalent to marriage. So when the domestic partnership registry happened, it couldn't include all of the protections that you get from marriage.
I did not know that. That's interesting.
I did not know that either.
Rebecca Kleifisch, also, who she is to the lieutenant governor, but she made a comment about that it's a slippery slope, and that it's like you're going to marry a clock.
At what point are we going to okay marrying inanimate objects? Can I marry this table or this clock? Can we marry dogs? This is ridiculous.
What do you? I mean,
yeah.
How
What
do you react to that? How do you react? Well, here, I won't even go that far. How do you react to the slippery slope argument?
Besides pointing out that it's like one of the best known logical fallacies on the face of the earth.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's getting nerdy about it, but yeah. Well, okay. So the way I would have to respond to it if someone really wanted an answer, oh yeah, 2 consenting adults constitute a relationship, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
the easiest way to. 2 consenting adults. You can't marry a child, right? You can't marry a dog because a dog can't consent to it. 2 consenting adults.
There was a referendum back in 2006 about what a marriage is. Only a marriage between one man and one woman shall be valid or recognized as a marriage in this state. Now, 59% of Wisconsinites voted for it.
Yeah.
Do you think that would pass now?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know if enough people have either passed away or changed their minds, or moved out of the state. I don't know. Okay. I hope so. I would hope so.
Okay, so you have a Valentine's Day T-shirt?
I do. I'm fracking magical, and it's a Cylon unicorn.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay. Whatever, it's got a big heart on it.
Nerd alert!
Nerd.
That's awesome. Did you want to promote anything, like with your band or anything?
Oh, yeah, the local Love Fest is coming up this weekend.
That's Friday and Saturday?
Yep, it's Friday and Saturday. We're playing on Friday night, and then Saturday I'm actually going to be playing roller derby at the Alliance Energy Center.
There we go.
Yeah.
You're busy this weekend.
I am busy this weekend.
Thanks for doing this, Vic, and we'll talk to you later, okay?
Okay, thanks so much for having me do this.
There is an issue I find more frustrating, more baffling, more unfair, and more flat out mean than the banning of gay marriage. This is what I said about gay marriage back in July. Men are created equal, right? There's a separation of church and state, right? So why shouldn't those who happen to be gay not have the same rights as those who are straight? What about the gay men and women who served in the military and risked their lives while you sit on your ass and watch Dancing with the Stars? Should they not have the same rights as you? Are they inferior to you? Are they less American-y than you? That's right, progressives believe in gay marriage and that the government should not be interfering. Look, you can disagree with the morality, but let's be honest. The real reason is when you see this, you just think it's yucky, yucky, ugh. Or you're a little turned on. Either way, your insecurity shouldn't deny Americans the same rights you have. Of course, I stand by everything I said, but surprise, I have more to say about it. I simply don't understand why the government is even involved in who is marrying who. Explain that to me without using religion or using the word sin. Hey, look, atheism is a sin, right? Divorce is a sin. It's talked about more prominently in the New Testament than homosexuality. Surely you don't believe that atheism and getting divorced should be illegal in this country. This is no different, and you know it. Even if you take the biblical argument, there are debates within the Christian community and Christian denominations if homosexuality is even a sin.
I'm certainly disappointed in the decision as it came down, but I'm also hopeful about this movement that we're in. You know, as a Christian, as a bishop of the church, I know from 1 John chapter 4 that where love is, God is.
Should the government say that one Christian denomination is correct on its interpretation of the Bible over another Christian denomination? Of course not. It should not even come to that. Here's an argument I hear all the time, and it makes me crazy. Here's a video from heartthrob and now batshit crazy person, Kirk Cameron.
It's unnatural. I think that it's detrimental and ultimately destructive to so many of the foundations of civilization.
Destructive to the foundation of the civilization. This is what they try to do. They try to scare you. They try to make you think that if gay marriage is legal, this will happen.
Only a few survived. That was 30 winters ago. I have been walking ever since.
But the reality is, nothing changes. Nothing. And I'm fairly confident most of you deep down inside know that, because most of you are smart and have common sense. And the other argument that is made all the time is how complex it'll be to redefine marriage. Ugh, like it's some intricate puzzle or Rubik's Cube that just can't be done or undone. Well, let me try it. Marriage is the love and commitment between two consenting adults. Bam, done. I just redefined marriage and no one got hurt. We're okay. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I could go down in the dirt if I wanted to. I could pull up bigoted comments from Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity, Dr. Laura. I could show Tea Party signs saying bigoted comments. But I'm not, because I'm not interested in that. It's also too easy. I'm more interested in coming up with solutions. I'm more interested in showing the courage of couples like Vic and Natalie that are using the power of their love to fight against persecution. There is a revolution coming and it can't be stopped. There is a tide turning and I can feel it. The more people that get to know gay people, the more they understand that they're just people that happen to be gay. Just like I'm a person that happens to be straight. Being gay is not experiment. It's natural, and it's not a choice. This is not a trend. Look, who is more American than Gomer Pyle? The 82-year-old actor Jim Nabors is gay.
Surprise, surprise, surprise!
And he was finally able to marry his partner of 38 years, stating, quote, "I just wanted it to be legal." Is that too much for him to ask? An 82-year-old man whose partner couldn't visit him in the hospital if something happened to him? He just wanted it to be legal. So to those that are fighting gay marriage, I don't think you're a bigot. I don't think you're a bad person. But you know what? You're being mean. You're being unfair. And understand that this is not just a political disagreement. You're fucking around with people's lives. Just stay out of their business and give them the same opportunity as everyone else. Because nothing is more American than that. Just to prove a point, even a high schooler can win an argument on this subject over an elected governor on this matter.
My name is Jane Schmidt. I'm in charge of the GSA over at the high school. What is that? It's the Gay Straight Alliance. And one of my main concerns is the lack of government support for the LGBT community. So my question for you is, what would you do to help protect GSAs in high school and support the LGBT community?
Well, number one, all of us as Americans have the same rights. We have the same civil rights. And so that's really what government's role is to protect our civil rights. There shouldn't be any special rights or special set of criteria based upon people's preferences. We all have the same civil rights.
Then why can't same-sex couples get married?
Well, they can get married, they abide by the same law as everyone else. They can marry a man if they're a woman, or they can marry a woman if they're a man.
So then heterosexual couples have a privilege.
Oh man, I love that kid. Anyway, I'm getting married this summer. Believe it or not, there's someone that actually is willing to spend the rest of her life with me. Shocking, but true. But Martha and myself, we are no different than Vic and Natalie. Both of us couples are engaged. Both of us are in love. Both of us want to be committed to the other partner. So while Obama's inauguration speech was nice and a nice step forward, it's not a states issue. It's a national issue. Love, commitment, partnership, these are things that should be embraced everywhere. Everywhere. In every single state. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. God bless you, God bless Wisconsin, and God bless these United States of America. Thank you.